Contractors and construction companies know that the first thing their clients notice when their work is finished is the paint job. Art Wilbrand and his client allowed us to share his beautiful home and discussed his relationship with Elgato Painting.
It starts in the initial bidding process. I've never met anyone that is as conscientious at being able to provide numbers to me. I mean, it's the worst thing. For years before I met Ken, I just decided to exclude painting from my bid because, you know, people would look at it that were professionals and they really wouldn't know what they were doing, so they'd just throw a number out there, and it would usually be rounded to the closest $10,000 range, and I'm talking, you know, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 jobs, and it wasn't helping me get to work. So what I decided to do was exclude painting altogether and then pick it up when the job was built. And not everybody was comfortable with that. You know, most people want to know how much the full scope of the job is going to cost. So with Ken, it changed a page in that chapter, because not only would he show up, he'd do the estimate, he'd stick by the numbers, we'd schedule it, he'd come in, he'd show up, he'd do the work, and we'd have a clean relationship all the way through, start to finish. So that's the difference. I've worked with a lot of painting companies over the years, and of the remaining ones that are still around, I'd say Ken is the #1 in my book. This particular job here was all sprayed. You know, it was sprayed enamel. It was a beautiful, like an automotive finish. You couldn't have asked for a better finish on the doors, the molding, the windows. You know, all the woodwork was very professionally done, and you know, you don't really see work like that anymore, especially in the bid. You know, in a bid job like this, you don't really get to see work like that.